What's that one single moment in your life that will stick with you forever? For me, it was a Tuesday in March when I realized I almost missed everything. I taught 4th grade at Lincoln Elementary for 6 years. I thought I knew my kids. I mean, really knew them. Who struggled with fractions, who forgot their homework, who needed an extra snack because breakfast didn't happen at home. Tariq sat in the 3rd row by the window. That kid could make anyone laugh. During spelling tests, he'd whisper jokes that had half the class trying not to crack up. At recess, he was always the loudest one organizing kickball games. His energy filled the whole room. But that Tuesday, he walked in different. No joke at the door, no high five. He just slid into his seat and stared at his desk. I did attendance and he barely mumbled "here" when I called his name. I figured maybe he was tired. Kids have off days, right? During morning work, I noticed he wasn't writing, just sitting there, pencil untouched. I walked over and asked if he needed help with the math problems. He shook his head without looking up. That's when alarm bells started going off in my head. Tariq always had something to say. Always. We moved into reading time and everyone grabbed their books from their desks. Tariq's desk was empty. He forgot his book. This was the kid who loved Captain Underpants so much he'd read ahead 3 chapters and spoil the ending for his friends. I told him he could share with Brandon, but he just sat there, staring at the page, not reading a single word. At lunch, I watched from the doorway. All the kids were eating, trading snacks, being loud like always. Tariq sat at the end of the table with his lunch tray untouched. A chicken sandwich, some carrots, chocolate milk. He didn't even open the milk. That was the moment. The moment I knew something was really wrong. I walked over and sat down next to him. "Hey Tariq, you feeling okay?" He nodded but wouldn't look at me. His shoulders were hunched forward like he was trying to disappear. Then I noticed his hand. His right hand was resting on the table, and there were marks on his wrist. Dark purple marks, shaped like fingers. My stomach dropped. "Tariq, can I see your hand for a second?" He pulled it back fast, tucking it under the table. But I'd already seen enough. Those bruises weren't from falling off a bike or playing too rough at recess. Those were grab marks. Someone had squeezed his wrist hard. Recently. I didn't freak out. I didn't make a big deal. I just said quietly, "I'm really glad you came to school today, okay? Really glad." His eyes got watery, but he didn't cry. He just nodded. I walked straight to the office after lunch. Told Principal Hayes what I saw. She called CPS immediately. By the time school ended, there was already a social worker in the building talking to Tariq in the counselor's office. I found out later his stepdad had been hurting him for months. Grabbing him, shoving him. Worse stuff I didn't want to know the details of. Tariq never told anyone because his stepdad said if he snitched, his mom would get hurt too. That night, the stepdad was arrested. Tariq and his little brother went to stay with their aunt across town. I didn't see Tariq for the rest of that school year. His aunt enrolled him in a different school closer to her house. I worried about him every single day. Wondered if I'd done enough. Wondered if I'd acted fast enough.